Hello guys, welcome to our channel Make to IT, and today we are going to learn VPC module with the help of Terraform. Okay, so if you engineer or you are going to you have a plan to be a DevOps engineer, then this video is really going to help you in a future while doing a job because in company no one can create a resources or VPC with the help of console. So this console you can see here, no one going to create anything about this by using this console. So whatever resources you have created, you are created with the help of ISC tool, that is infrastructure as a code tool. And one of the 95% market had captured by the Terraform only. It is the one of the best tool for deploying the resources by any cloud provider. That is one of the topmost cloud providers are AWS, Azure, and GCP, right? So each cloud provider has its own benefits. Okay, so in AWS we are going to see the VPC only. So VPC is the one of the important module that you should know, right? Because in AWS it is only one thing that is more and more important, that is VPC. So VPC, right? VPC means VPC is a service basically offered by Amazon AWS, and you can create a multiple resources within that isolated network, that is called as a VPC. Okay, so let's talk about more about what is Terraform here. So Terraform is a ISC tool, and you can see here I am present in the Terraform official website. Okay, so you can use this code as well while creating a model. So I'm not going to write the module, but I have already written a module that I'm going to show you and explain each and everything about that, how you can create the resources and how you can deploy that on AWS. Okay, so you can see here that is this VPC is by default that already has created. So now I'm going to deploy one VPC here with the help of Terraform. So here we are deploying subnets, route table, internet gateway, NAT gateway, and everything with the help of Terraform. Okay, so for that you have must the Visual Studio install, and in that you must have configure your plugin, and also you need to have the AWS CLI install on your machine, so and it configure with AWS. Okay, so then only you can communicate with AWS, right? So through APIs. Okay, so now we'll discuss like how we can create the VPC and what's our agenda. So here you can see this is the scenario that we are going to create with the help of Terraform. Okay, so let me just do one thing here. Let me just copy this picture. Okay, so we are going to create this with the help of Terraform, right? So first of all, we are going to create one subnet, and this is a public subnet, and second one is private subnet. So first we need to create a VPC. Inside that VPC, we are providing a CIDR block range for that we are taking the same VPC range 10.0.0./16. And one thing is important here, that you can take whatever range you want. Okay, and this range is globally recognized, so you can take this as well. And in private subnet, we are just creating this private subnet for to launch our database server like RDS DynamoDB inside this private subnet, so where we can store our personal data. And here this is our public subnet, so in that public subnet we have configured our internet gateway, and to provide the internet to the private subnet we are configured the NAT gateway as well, you know through that NAT gateway we can provide the internet to private subnet. Okay, and for that we have to route this to a route table, that is a public route table, and this is a private route table, private subnet. So we have to also route this private subnet to our private route table, and also in private route table we attach the NAT gateway, or associated the NAT gateway with private route table. Okay, and here we have associated the internet gateway to the private route table. Public route table, sorry. And here also one more thing is important here, that give internet to the inside that VPC, right? So you have to make sure this. Okay. So hope guys you have got the idea like what we are going to build. And one more thing, when you saw this, when you see this diagram, that first time you don't won't get it, but if you just trying this such kind of diagram and implementing such kind of scenario, then that will really help you. Okay, go to our Visual Studio and we'll see what is here I am created. Okay, so first guys you can see here that is this is my VPC resource, that is VPC AWS resource. This is the API basically to interact with AWS. Okay, so AWS VPC, I have provided my VPC name here. I have specified CIDR block range, and I have specified the CIDR block range in my variable.tf file. So var.cidr. So let me just open this so you can see here. Where is CIDR? Yeah, you can see, so variable CIDR, so description enter the CIDR range required for VPC. So this is my VPC range. Okay, I'm just taking the another range over here, that is 192 and 168. Okay, so you can see, and here, so and also same as var.enable DNS name, I am just put it in variable.tf file. So it is optional thing that you can just add or remove, it totally depends on you. And this is the tag name that I have written here. Once it's done, then I have created the internet gateway here. And how I can attach the internet gateway, so for that I need to specify here, you need to specify the VPC ID, then the internet gateway knows that in which VPC that not need to be attached, right? So you need to specify the VPC ID over here. Okay, so same, yeah, and once it's done, then we have go to the subnet. So we have for same like in which VPC we have to create. Like for that, I need to specify the VPC ID here. Then I have specified the CIDL block range, CIDL block for subnet, that is a var.public subnet, and I have just specify. I have just declared this variable inside in variable.tf file. And for one thing is important here, that is availability zone. So while creating the subnet, the you need to specify in which availability zone you want to create. Okay, so these are the optional thing. You can just ignore this as well, but by default Terraform will take. But here I have attached the logic here, that is Terraform data AWS availability zone available 1, so state equal to available, so it will filter out that in which zone is available, then and this resource will select that particular available zone. So you can see here, this is the logic. Okay, and map.public launch, so I have just declared this variable in variable.tf as well. So this is the tag for to give the name of my VPC. Okay, and no, not sorry, sorry, subnet. And the same, this is the second subnet, that is a public subnet. And this is a subnet where we have used for creating a database. Okay, and the name is given here, that is another subnet for database. This is the private subnet. Okay, you can see, so I have just the diagram you see there, I have added some extra point here as well. So you just ignore the some of the points, and so that will help. Okay, and this is the public route. So first I need to create the route for that, right? So I have created route inside that VPC. I create two routes for public and for private subnet, and I have also created the route table for that, for public and private subnet. uh, okay, and here so once the route table is created, then you have to associate that route tables with your subnets, right? So for that reason, we have associated that sub route public subnet with AWS route table. Okay, so this is the association link resources, and here I'm added security group, and yeah, that's it. And this is the AWS EIP for Elastic IP. Whenever you have created one NAT gateway, that time you need to create that NAT gateway inside the public subnet, right? Then only you can communicate with private subnet. For that reason, I have created NAT gateway here, and while creating NAT gateway, the NAT gateway by directly assign the one elastic IP. So here we have created elastic IP, and it depends on AWS Internet Gateway. Okay, so with the help of Internet Gateway only, we'll get the IP that it will stay there, right? So NAT gateway is done, and we have route this NAT gateway to our a private subnet, private route table, sorry, private route. Okay, so here that's our VPC module. Okay, so let's apply the changes, and this is our output.tf file. This is, you can see over here. So just I am printing the VPC ID and subnet ID, and this is my provider. So this is my provider. Basically, I am using the US East zone for to creating this VPC. Okay, so like VPC is a region specific service, right? So yeah, and guys, you can see over here. So these are the this is my plan for creating the VPC. You can see there are like AWS IP will be created, a location ID, and this is my plan. Okay, and these are the resources that we're going to create inside the in that AWS. Okay, yeah, so I'm just pressing yes, and the resources will started creating. Okay, let's wait for a while. Okay, and the thing, like while the VPC creation is already started, and it will going to create, and you can once it's create done, then you can see over here that is VPC will be created. Okay, so for time being, I'm not going to wait for that while, and also I need to delete that. Okay, but yeah, I can delete with the help of only single command, that is Terraform destroy. So you know that, right? But for time being, I'm not going to create that. So thank you for watching, guys. Please share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.